What is going on? We are here predicting week 3 of the NFL season. So if you haven't watched the first two, I'm actually 22-10 through the first 2 weeks. I had an amazing week last week. I went 13-3, which is absolutely crazy. So let's get right on into this. We're going to start with tonight's game, the Thursday night football game. Buffalo's going to handle business. If the Dolphins upset Buffalo here, it would be one of the craziest upsets possible. Like, it's not happening. It's very unlikely. But I do see an upset happening where I think the Colts are going to fall back to reality a little bit. They could still be good, but they might be in their Saints run right now. Last year, we all thought the Saints were winning the Super Bowl after 2 weeks. I think the Colts are going to find themselves kind of in a similar situation and will evidently lose to the Titans. Titans got to win at some point. They've looked not the worst the last 2 weeks. I think the Titans' defense is pretty good, too. I think they could pull off this victory. I'm not sure if I trust Pittsburgh, but I'm going to take Pittsburgh here in this situation. New England hasn't looked great either. Pittsburgh, obviously, they looked good in week 1. Week 2, not so much. But a lot of that was a muff punt by Caleb Johnson, which obviously didn't sit well with Steelers fans all around. I think the Texans have to finally win. If they lose this game, it is over. Their season is done. They got nothing left to play for. They have to win this game. Jacksonville also coming off of a sad loss to Cincinnati, which is unfortunate to them. But I just think this is a must-win for Houston. And if Houston blows and loses this game, their season's over. It's all over. I'm liking the Broncos here. The Chargers, I think, could win this game. They've looked more complete as a team. Actually, you know what? I'm taking the Chargers. I think the Chargers are just more complete team than the Broncos right now. I like the Broncos to win the division at the start of the year, but they've been a little bit iffy, and they're kind of letting me down a little bit going on. So I'm going to have to kind of take the Chargers here. I do like the Broncos, though. I think they'll bounce back. Even without Joe Burrow. Now, granted, J.J. McCarthy's not playing for the Vikings either. It's going to be Jake Browning versus Carson Wentz, which is a weird matchup. I'm still buying in the Bengals. I think Jake Browning is one of the best backups in the NFL. Their offense is obviously still going to be great. I think Carson Wentz is going to struggle. He has never shown anything. I mean, this is a game that could go either way. With 2 backup quarterbacks, God only knows what's about to happen here. Bengals defense is still bad, so like that could honestly screw the Bengals over here. But I'm going to take them for now. Bucks are going to continue winning. Baker Mayfield's looking like an MVP candidate and a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. The Jets honestly didn't look good against Buffalo, obviously. They got blown out. They are also probably... I don't think Justin Fields is playing this week. I think he's out. Which means they're going to a backup. And I don't even know who their backup is, which is concerning for Jets. I think Baker Mayfield handles business and they win this game. I think Washington bounces back. Nothing against the Raiders. I just don't think they're the great team. I think they're just a solid team. They'll probably finish close to 500. Washington, though, I still think they're good. Jane Daniels might not play this game, which might make it a little hard to pick them over the Raiders. But I'm assuming he's going to, since they haven't said no yet. Like, the likelihood is I'm going to bet on him playing. If he doesn't play, it's a 50-50 shot. I don't know if freaking Marcus Mariota is good enough to beat the Raiders, but we'll see. Green Bay won't have an issue against Cleveland. Cleveland's bad. Joe Flacco should be benched probably after this week or so. I think, honestly, they need to let Dylan Gabriel or Shador play and see what they got in those guys. Flacco clearly isn't it. I mean, last week was an absolute beatdown. I think Kansas City finally has to win a game. I mean, they just have to, right? At some point, Kansas City has to manage to win a game. Technically, the Giants do too, but I don't think the Giants are winning this game. Their D-line could be the difference, though. Their D-line is amazing, and they could wreak a lot of havoc on the Kansas City Chiefs and might make it a little bit closer than it really is. But I don't think Kansas City loses. Kansas City falls to 0-3. It would be crazy because, I believe their next game is against Baltimore. So it's not like it gets much easier after this. So losing that and going to 0-3 would be really bad for them. We're going to save the Monday night game for last. We're going to go ahead and talk about the NFC. I think the Eagles hold out. The Rams have looked pretty good for the first couple of weeks. There's obviously a few holes. Their team's getting a little bit old. Philly has also shown some holes as well. I don't know if that got picked up. That was my work phone going off. But Philly's also showed some holes over the last couple of games, but I think they're just a more complete team. Falcons are going to win. I think the Falcons are a solid team. They're not great, obviously. I think they are easily the second place team in this division. They could possibly squeak out a wild card run, but I'm not too buying into it. I just don't think the Panthers are good at all. Same thing with the Saints. The Saints are pretty bad. Seattle, I don't think is that great either. I think Seattle's a solid but not fantastic team. But I think Seattle will evidently handle the Saints. Saints are possibly going to go like 2 wins this year, so they're not going to get picked off then. I think the Niners continue to win. The Cardinals have struggled against the Panthers and the Saints to putting them away, and they are two of the worst teams in the NFL. So I don't have much hopes that the Cardinals continue to win. Plus, Kyler Murray is going into his Michael Vick era, I guess. I don't know what those pictures on Instagram were. It was bad, but I don't have much hope in the Cardinals. This is an interesting one. In my opinion, this is a toss-up. I'm going to take Dallas, to be honest. Caleb Williams has looked bad to start the year. Dak still looks good. Dallas has been a little bit iffy, especially defensively. I mean, it would be nice to have a guy like Micah Parsons, but nobody's lucky like that. The Bears, otherwise, have been just kind of mediocre to bad, in my opinion, and I just don't think they're going to pull off this win. And I think Baltimore beats the Lions simply based off of they're not in the NFCs, because it's the only division that beats Baltimore in the NFC side in Lamar's era. But also, I think their offense is just better. I think Detroit is going to look more like the Green Bay game than they did the Bears game. I think they're going to find a middle point in there. They'll still be good, probably a wild card team, but I think they're not going to be as competitive as they were last year. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next